morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, and I need to cut the grass. But we'll hopefully get to that a little bit later. Yeah. Day 5. We're still rolling here. Still standing. I'm kind of surprised at how well the joints are holding up so far, although who knows, in 10 minutes after starting this run, everything might fall apart, but hopefully that's not going to be the case. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in with me on this journey. It's been awesome. I've got a lot of messages from you guys and hearing different challenges that you've taken and just enjoying the videos. So yeah, that feels really good. So the pre-run reflection today is all about rest and recovery and refueling. I think it was day 3. I talked about the importance of input, output, and proper nutrition. And I think yesterday I was, this is all a learning curve. I'm learning this all new. I think I was realizing that I just wasn't refueling the way that I should. Just because, performance was not good on the 8 mile yesterday. And I think beyond performance, I think I didn't enjoy it. It was a painful experience. And I think, just in sort of tracking things like, weighing myself and tracking my numbers, I think I just realized I just wasn't eating enough. I underestimated what I would need for this journey. So yesterday we carb loaded pretty heavily, hydrated well. So today's goal is basically just, we're going to try to do 7 and increase the pace a little bit. We're going to try to bring it back up. But part of it is just to enjoy the ride too. And I think when I think about, in church language, we use the term Sabbath and the importance of being able to take time to rest and recover and to regroup and to refuel. And isn't that part of the process? Is not only does that help us to be able to perform better and to just be able to be our best selves and do what we need to do, but also to enjoy the ride and enjoy the process. Yesterday I was able to take some good time with family, and it was a good day. So feeling good today. The weather's fantastic. It's a beautiful morning. So feeling recharged. We'll see how this goes. And we'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right, that's 7 miles. And yes, I am laying down. So, never a dull moment. Those first 5 miles were fantastic. I was enjoying myself, enjoying the beautiful day. We were clicking along at a good pace. About a 9:30, 9:45, which is awesome. That was fantastic. And I was thinking, everything's gonna be okay. Things are going great. Went up that hill, that Sunrise. If you guys know where that is, that's a pretty steep incline, so made it up that, no problem. Life is good. Thought this is gonna be a pretty boring video. Coming down the hill, ironically, in the easiest stretch, the last couple miles, right as I was hitting mile 6, everything started cramping up. I'm guessing between it being a little hotter, maybe just not getting enough hydration, I don't know, but everything started to hurt. Some side pain, some leg pain. And then you're faced with that decision. Should we keep going? Should we stop? Or just slow it down? So I was like, I'm going to keep going. But we're going to slow down the pace a little bit, because I figure, you know what? In life, you got to keep forging ahead. Sometimes stumbling blocks get in your way. And then the main thing is you just keep pushing forward. You may not go as fast as you like, but you push forward. So we slowed it down. We were about a 10:30
pace for mile 6, probably about close to 11 for mile 7, but we finished. If any of you were driving and saw me, my poor excuse for a run / jog in those last couple miles, I'm sure it provided you some entertainment. But we did complete it. We didn't stop running. We did the 7 miles. And feeling better. So reflections. And these are, you know, through this maybe some of the more interesting reflections I've had. And that is, isn't it something in life how sometimes when you think you just hit that easy stretch, right? You think you've conquered the hard part. That's when something happens. Think about what's going on with this pandemic, right? Like just when you think you're in that home stretch and it's all done, something happens and you get a setback. And that's frustrating. Because man, I was really hoping today it would be my best run of the week. But in a way it was, because I pushed forward and I kept going. And I think that's what we need to do right now. I think we're in the home stretch. We're getting close to the end. And in a way, it looks like the easiest couple miles, right? But boy, that's when sometimes the biggest stumbling blocks happen. I was thinking too about going back to the book of Joshua and the Israelites. You know, they spent all the time in Egypt in slavery. And then they finally broke free of that. Moses got them out of that. Parted the Red Sea. And it's like, yes, we're out of it. Only to end up 40 years wandering in the desert. And I could say, with this challenge being a 40-mile challenge, 40 is a lot. 40 years in the desert, I could see why that number is a biblical number. And in life, sometimes that's true, right? Like, I mean, I could never know what it was like to be in slavery like that and to wander 40 years in the desert. But I do know what it's like sometimes that when we break free of what we think is holding us back and chaining us down, sometimes whether, you know, it could be addiction, it could be bad relationship, whatever, sometimes in that moment we break free, we're like, yes, we did it, we're through the hard part. Only to realize that sometimes that wandering in the desert can feel just as hard, if not harder, because we got to figure out a new reality, right? It's like we made it through the pandemic. But as a church now, in some ways it feels like we're wandering in the desert. We're figuring out what our new reality is going to be like. But just like in the book of Joshua, God delivers. But it can be messy. My seminary professor and my history professor in seminary used to say, history's messy. And that's true. And the book of Joshua shows that. Life is messy. But through it all, we keep the faith. God delivers. We'll be okay. So that's all I got for today. 7 miles complete. It's going to be interesting over the next couple days finishing this home stretch, figuring out how to do it. But we got this. Thank you guys for being with me. Keep your challenges going. If you haven't started a challenge, it's not too late. Just the main thing is, I had a buddy reach out last night who's taking part in this challenge too. And he was so right when he said, the hardest part's taking the first step. So take that first step, keep going. If you hit a stumbling block around mile 6, if you gotta slow it down, it's okay. The main thing is one foot in front of the other. We keep going, we keep rocking. See you guys tomorrow.